How's it going, you guys? It's Will here. I know it's been a while since you guys have seen me actually on the camera. It's just been busy, got a new job and everything. That's just what happens when you get older, life just gets in the way of doing what you love. But try my best to get videos out to you guys. So anyways, we have a fun video planned today. Guys, today's video is another my top favorites kind of video. So this is my top three favorite scenes of Godzilla Roaring. Now this was a very hard list to make because literally there's so many awesome scenes of Godzilla just letting out a roar across all sorts of mediums, films from Toho, Monsterverse, all the animated series. There are so many just awesome scenes. And surprisingly I managed to narrow it down to three. My three favorite scenes of Godzilla Roaring. Honestly, I was quite surprised, because guys, I love the Showa as well as the Heisei era of Godzilla. I mean, look at my shirt. This is a Heisei era shirt, okay? But surprisingly, a lot of my favorite scenes of Godzilla Roaring are all from the Millennium era. There's so many just great scenes from those movies. So, here we go, guys. My top three favorite scenes of Godzilla Roaring. So, coming in at number 3, you guys, we have a scene from Godzilla Final Wars. Now, you guys know how I feel about this film. I made a whole movie review on this film, several months back, so you guys can go check that out. But Godzilla Final Wars, that film alone has so many just awesome scenes of Godzilla Roaring, like the shot in the beginning when Godzilla breaks out of the ice to fight Gigan, the Mount Fuji scene, as well as even just the roar at the very end of the film. But the one I'm going with is when Godzilla kills Kaiser Ghidorah, and then he just lets out this roar up into the sky, and then he turns around and he blasts the Gotengo. I like this roar the best because it's just a satisfying scene, okay? Out of everything that Godzilla went through in this film, all the monsters he had to face and stuff like that, this roar is just symbolizing, battle is over and, Godzilla's done, it's just a real awesome victory roar. So, yeah, guys, take a listen. Now, I do apologize that the audio for this specific roar is very crappy for this video. I could not find a clear audio file of this roar, so I do apologize for that. Also, the reason why we're using still images for this video instead of actual footage is because YouTube and Toho have really strict copyright policy and I don't want to get in trouble, so that is why we're using still images. So guys, take a listen to this roar. So now we move on to number 2, you guys. Now I'll be honest, my second pick for this list was my number 1 pick for the longest time, okay? But as I got older and I understood the movies more, understood the story and what was actually going on, then this pick did drop down to number 2, but it's still an awesome scene nonetheless. So this comes from Godzilla 2000 Millennium, you guys. Honestly, this is one of my favorite Godzilla movies, I just have huge nostalgia for it. I do plan to make a whole video about this film and its impact that it had sometime in the future because it did have a huge impact, I think. So, the scene from Godzilla 2000 that takes the number 2 spot on my favorite Godzilla Roaring scenes list comes at the very end, where after Godzilla kills Orga and Orga's body crumbles into dust, Godzilla just lets out these four just awesome victory roars, and just the sound effects of them are just awesome and incredible to hear. And just take a listen, okay? Seriously, I feel like that scene should be on everybody's list, For anyone who wants to make a favorite scenes of Godzilla's Roaring list, this scene has to be on that list somewhere because it is truly an awesome scene. The sound effects in it are great, and then it just ends with that wide shot. It's a really awesome scene. Now, before we get to my number 1 pick, you guys, I want to go ahead and give an honorable mention, and this honorable mention actually comes from Godzilla 2014. Yeah, me and Godzilla 2014, we have a rocky relationship. People were not happy where I put this film on my Godzilla movie tier list, but I do have my reasons. But guys, the scene from Godzilla 2014 that actually takes an honorable mention is actually the scene where Godzilla kills the female Muto, and then he gives that awesome victory roar, okay? Now, the reason why I love this scene so much, but the reason why it gets an honorable mention, it doesn't get on the list exactly, but it is worthy of a mention though, because the sound effect for this scene is a slightly different sound effect than the actual MonsterVerse Godzilla roar. You know, it's just a slightly different sound effect, and this is the only time that it's used. It just sounds so much more impactful, sounds more powerful. Like, just take a listen. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, guys. My number one, my all-time favorite scene of Godzilla roaring. Surprisingly, this is going to be a surprise to a lot of people, but it comes from Godzilla Tokyo SOS, and it's the scene during the final battle with Kiryu. You know, Godzilla just got drill armed attacked, and then Kiryu blasted with the Hyper Mazer, and Godzilla, he's in pain, he's roaring, and then he just lets out this elongated version of the Millennium Godzilla roar, and that triggers the Kiryu flashbacks again. And just the sound effect of this scene alone is just so awesome. Like, it's so soothing to my ears. Like, I love hearing that just elongated version of the Millennium Godzilla roar. So this scene takes the number one on the list just because I love the film, I love this scene, and just the sound effect itself is just so awesome. Alright guys, just take a listen. Alright, maybe you'll be like me, you'll rewind it several times, because that's what I do when I watch Tokyo SOS. I'll go back and I'll rewatch the scene over and over again just to hear the sound effect. Like, just take a listen. So there you have it, you guys. This has been my list, my top 3 favorite scenes of Godzilla roaring. Honestly, this is a fun video to make, and I think this is a great topic to discuss in the Godzilla community. So guys, go ahead and leave your own list of your own favorite scenes of Godzilla roaring down in the comments below, or hell, even feel free to make a video response to my video and send it to me. That'd be pretty cool, actually, because guys, I really want to know what your favorite scenes of Godzilla roaring are. Trust me, there are plenty of scenes of Godzilla roaring out there, and your list might be different from mine, and I want to know. I want to know what your guys' favorite scenes are. So let me know, you guys. You know, like I said, leave in the comments. Feel free to make a video response, whatever you guys decide to do. Let's have a conversation. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you all for watching and sticking with me, and yeah, I'll see you later, guys. Thank you again.